Hi everyone, it's time for another episode of Atoms for the Love of Movie Picks. This time around, we're going to be talking about the 2000 hit film Gone in 60 Seconds. This film has quite a few well known actors in it. Obviously, you got Nicolas Cage plays the lead, Memphis Reigns. You've got Angelina Jolie plays Sarah Sway Wayland. Giovanni Ribsy or Ribsy. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. Sorry. He plays Kit Brains, Memphis's little brother. You've also got Will Patton as Atlee Jackson. Delroy Lindo as Detective Roland Castlebeck. Timothy Oliphant as Detective Drykoff. Chi McBride as Donnie Astricky. The legendary Robert Duvall is Otto Hollowell. And you've got Christopher, just trying to see how to pronounce his last name here. Christopher Eccleston plays the bad guy Raymond Calitri. You've also got Vinnie Jones plays the character is just called the Sphinx. The only other actor in this movie, and it's a very minor role, but back then he wasn't as well known an actor. But Michael Pena plays a gangster in this movie. So yeah, quite a few well known actors in this movie. The basis of it basically is Memphis Reigns plays a legendary car thief in California, more specifically in the Long Beach area, who's been out of the game and retired for about 6 years. His little brother, though, unfortunately, kind of ended up following in his footsteps. Basically, became a car thief in his own right, got his own crew going, and ended up taking a big boost. Is what they call when they steal cars. They call it a big job a boost or a big boost. It is tasked with stealing 50 cars for this Raymond Calitri. Well, unfortunately, he ends up busting the job bad. Doesn't get the car stolen. All the cars stolen in time and Kalichi basically wants to kill him to make things even. In comes Memphis to try and save the day, and even though he's out of the game, he's forced back into the game in order to save Kip's life. Basically he gets all his old crew back. You know, Chi McBride is Donnie. You got Angelina Jolie as Sway, Vinnie Jones is the Sphinx, and of course Robert Duvall is Otto. Gets all his old crew back together to basically pull off this boost in 3 days, 50 cars. And they do most of the planning in the first couple of days. Then they actually plan to steal all 50 cars in one night. So this movie is great for a lot of reasons. I mean, it's a simple storyline, but it's really well done, very entertaining. If you're a car guy or lady, you know, you can find this movie appealing if you just love cars in general. There's a lot of sweet rides in this movie. You know, you got your Mercedes, you got your Porsches, Ferraris, but then you got some classic cars as well. You got like an old Ford Thunderbird, you got a Plymouth Cuda, Barracuda, and of course the quintessential '67 Shelby GT Mustang. Among others. I'm just rhyming off a few of them. There's a lot of great cars in this movie. Um, like I said, as the movie progresses, it's got some comedy to it. And, you know, of course, you get somebody like Chi McBride, and it obviously is going to be some comedy, and there's some funny bits that go on in it. So it's got some comedy to go with the action. So it tells a simple storyline, but it's effective in its own right, and the delivery with all these well-known actors in it just is the icing on the cake. As the movie progresses and they do their thing and they're stealing cars, Memphis Reigns has a history with the '67 GT Shelby Mustang GT. Basically, you know, he gives all the cars that he steals ladies' names basically as code. So if they're talking about over the radio, the cops are none the wiser as to what they're talking about. Well, he affectionately always refers to the '67 Mustang as Eleanor. And Eleanor, no matter how many times he's stolen Eleanor, has always given him problems. So he leaves Eleanor for last. And because of that bad habit, the cops were able to basically catch him in the act of stealing Eleanor. So basically, like if he's ever caught stealing cars again, you know, he's gonna go away for a long time. He's gonna go away hard. And yeah, so you know, it leads up to this finale. with Eleanor, and it's just a climactic final scene. Like the whole last 20 minutes of the movie basically are just him stealing Eleanor, being chased by the cops. Great legendary car chase scene, one of the best in movie history in my opinion. I mean, it really, the best thing to describe it to, it's very similar to the bullet chase scene with the Mustang and the Charger, except this Mustang is being chased by cops as opposed to another specific car. But yeah, he's just he's chasing out throughout Long Beach, being chased by the cops and Eleanor, and he's talking. That's the other thing too. He always talks to the cars, like he's like a car whisperer, and he's talking to Eleanor through the whole thing. Don't when the cars start up, don't start with me, Eleanor. And then of course she's like, well, start, just stop messing with me, kind of thing. It's pretty funny. And at the end of it, there's one part of the scene where it looks like he's trapped on a bridge. There's a traffic accident on a bridge. The cops are all behind him. He looks like he's trapped. Well, he throws it in gear and phew, takes off like a bat out of hell. Does the Dukes of Hazzard thing off a flatbed truck basically. Launches the car like 50 feet over a bunch of crashed cars. Lands on the other side and takes off. Don't know if that could be done in real life, but it looks pretty cool in the movies, right? And in the end, basically, he's late delivering Eleanor to Raymond Calitri. And, he's not very much late, and it's the last car, but Calitri doesn't care. He's an asshole. So, he basically, tries to kill Memphis, and, Memphis ends up getting saved by his friends as well as Detective Castlebeck, Delroy Lindo's character. And, Calitri ends up getting killed. So, it's a great watch, great early 2000s movie. Highly recommend it. Age rating, it's I would, as this isn't the case, it's 14A. I would agree with that. You got a bit of language, you got your violence, there's a little sexuality in it in a couple of scenes. So yeah, definitely wouldn't recommend it for anybody under the age of 14. Pretty much find it on any place that sells movies. Not sure if it's available on any streaming platform, but Gone in 60 Seconds, great film. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. Have a good night, folks. We'll catch you in the next one.